Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for tuning in again to another one here on the coach's desk. I am thinking and was thinking on the whole shenanigans that have been happening at Champs Re, the officiating and the false start, which there has been a plethora of false starts, close to 40, if not more. Yeah. And the question is, where do we draw a line? Where do we put a lid on this? Where do we put a cap on this? We're selling a product that is viral. We're selling a product that goes right across the world. Is it a case where we prepare the kids for international standard, or we should just relax the rules? Someone said that, it's ISA's competition, and they should, put this in a way where they try as best as possible to, minimize the usage of the international rules, which World Athletics is in responsible for. And that is also a discussion that could be placed on the table. But as the sprint factory of the world, should we drop the standard for the athletes, or should it be a case where they are trained more? But then again, the spotlight is normally on these starters when it comes on to championship, and this is not the only championship that it is happening. This also happens at the senior championship, and it is crazy. It is literally wild. It's like the starters tend to want to be in the spotlight, and they have gotten the spotlight through the years. And the brutal thing about it is that you're showcasing this product, but you're not, showing off the reaction time and all of these things, and that is very suspect. That is very suspicious. You're giving 4 in one race, then you give all, then you don't give any. It's mind-boggling, and I think that we should do better, because we are presenting a product that is viral, that a lot of people love all over the world. People come here from Europe to see what takes place at Champs. There are several college universities that come to Jamaica when it's Champs time to actually recruit student athletes. So it's a big product. We have to present it in such a way that it don't go under the microscope every year for the same thing, for the same reason. These performances that the athletes are doing, they're crazy. But what is being spoken about? The starters, the officials. And that can't be. I think this is what is marring the event. I don't know if leniency is the word. I don't know if it has to do with the coaches. We're preparing their athletes, I hear persons complaining about the type of blocks, that the pedals are not broad enough to hold the student athletes' feet on those pedals. There's so much. I heard the starters saying that, they would have tested their equipment. They are new equipment. There's no fault with them. But some calls, people are even saying that, I think one race where 2 other guys moved or they twitched, and then somebody else is shown a red card. But sometimes it's also, what do you call it now, being uneducated on the matter, because can we say for sure that a twitch is a false start? I don't think so. The twitch is what probably prompt other people to move. If somebody twitch, that no means that they move, their hand leave the ground, or the pedal is disturbed, you know. So there's a lot of things. I believe though it should be put at a middle ground so that the athletes benefit. Training for so long, these are kids. You want to, you know, and two things can happen out of these situations for the kids, you know. They can actually be better, or they can actually be demotivated. Better in the sense of, all right, I'm going to put in more work. I'm going to be, you know, mindful of how I get out of the blocks and such the like. And then this is going to motivate me, you know. Then the second point is that they might say, oh, I give up on this and look how long I train. And at the appointed time, boom, this happened. Nah, man. And the third point is that I also believe that the false start would have caused athletes to get injured because people sit in the blocks, the field gone, and you try to chase. You see what I say? So it is what it is in this situation. I think some middle ground should be established. Again, do we want a product that is in line with international standard? Or do we want a product that is below standard? Because we spoke about champs, the 100-meter finals being on the Friday, which is today. We talk about, you know, the support that we are getting, and it is because of the shifting of the dates, you know. So it is something that needs to be looked into. It is something that needs to be studied. There's a famous quote from Sir P. Yeah, man. There's always mixed reaction, and sometimes the experts, they have different opinions also from the layman, and the layman have sometimes expert opinions, you know, and sometimes the experts have layman opinions. So it's always a mixed reaction about this thing. And I think it should be sorted out, though, you know. It should be sorted out. Where do we meet? Do we meet at a middle ground? Give them one false start. But is that really happening in the sport now? If that happens, it might very well become like a sports day at your high school. Yeah? Because or your primary school. Because these things happen and we allow the kids to get back in. Yeah? So I don't know. Even at the primary champs, them not ease up. Discretion is used sometimes, but they still adhere to the one false start rule. So I don't know. What do we really want, people? Do we want champs to be international standard? Or we just want the rules to relax so that these student athletes can, you know, at least perform after months of training? Share your thoughts. Peace.